Welcome everyone. I've had a lot of requests to explain the thing that we're invested into that we got going on here, and making a video seems to be the best way to do that. So I'm not used to talking about stuff like this as far as like promotions and stuff. So bear with me. You know how I am. I go as fast as I can, so that you don't have to watch too much of the video. So hostingfreedom.net has they just revamped their website for one. They're adding the payment method back in that they had. Just completely new layout. They completely exploding here. So first off, you'd get the link that says invest in your future. Hosting Freedom is a new server company located out of Iowa. We understand the hosting websites and providing dedicated servers for consumers will be a business that never ends, basically. They started about 3 months ago with 2 small servers, and they've grown in that time to 18 small servers and 4 large enterprise servers. Needless to say, they've already gained over 200% of their initial cost in just 3 months. That's insane. Think about it, okay? So, like I said, I'm going to go fast here. They say that we would love you to join us on this journey and grow as a family. Within 7 working days, you'll be sent a certificate with ownership details included, as well as company's operating agreement. You can start making money today. Okay, so this is less like an actual investment and more like the money, the unit, because they call it units. The units you put in basically gives you 10% of a server, all of its income. So 10%. There is barely any overhead at all. It's split up between right now 18 servers. So let's say their internet bill is, $200 and electricity's $100. That's split between 18 servers. So zero overhead. This is a server company that's doing it, out of a server, basically a server shed is the way I've taken it. So here's what I got a little thing I typed up here because, like I said, I'm not used to doing this stuff. Hosting Freedom is a web hosting company that in the last few months has exploded. How it works is basically the units refer to servers. So every unit you buy converts to ownership of 10% of a single server. Every server can hold 200 users depending on storage and the plan the user selects. So here's a hypothetical, because we're going to throw out hypotheticals. We're going to throw in a good hypothetical, and we're going to throw in a really bad hypothetical. Let's say that one server has 100 users on it and they go for $50 a month for web hosting and you own 10%. You're basically going to make 25% ROI a week. So they do pay out monthly though, because that's how the bills are. They pay for a month and then boom. So in a month you would make 100% of your initial investment. Okay, now let's say it's not doing so good. It takes a little longer to get 100 users on there, and they're only coming in at $25 a month for the lower server, web server hosting. You're going to make 12.5% a week in this hypothetical. Payments are made via check every month on the 1st. So even at 12.5% weekly, that's pretty good. If your server is hard to fill for Hosting Freedom after 30 days, they will manually move you over to a server that has more clients. Let's say that John Doe just a month ago bought into it, and his server's full. He's only getting 10% of that server. After 30 days, if it's not filling up, it's not going as fast as expected, your account basically is moved over to another server that is full, and now it's 20% of that server that's taken out. That's what they do. They're trying to help people. So that's within or at 30 days. The best part of it is if you have an emergency and you need to be bought out, Hosting Freedom has no issue with this. They've made that very clear that if a family's in need and they need to get out, they can request to be bought out back by the company, or they can sell it to somebody else. I'm sure they wouldn't have an issue with that either. But there's only 11 spots left in the current IP block of servers, and it's estimated that it will take another 20 days to fill another 15 IP block, meaning that if you get on now, you're still going to be on the same block and have potential for a quicker ROI. Now, I don't know if anyone out there knows what a dedicated IP address, static IP address. Sorry. You got your dedicated and you got your static. So this dedicated IP address or dynamic and static. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up here. So dynamic IP addresses change, etc., etc. I'm not going to give you guys a tech talk here. So static IP address stays the same. So when you order internet from a company and it's a business internet, you can request a block of like 15. You really don't want to put more than that on there, because if you have more than 15 servers running on one box, one unit, it's going to start to slow down depending on traffic everyone else on the server, because now bandwidth is being utilized by 15 different accounts. So you don't want to go over 15. So every block, it takes a little bit of time to set up a block, but there are still 11 spots left on the current block. We've had a lot of people come in over the last 24 hours and start getting into this. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So again, this is less like an investment, more like you renting a server as an owner for life or until you want out. The servers are filling up fast. Hosting Freedom just revamped the site. Already covered that. Certificates are issued to show claim in what you have in the game. Now, I word it that way, but I'm sure the company wouldn't, probably. But you get a nice little certificate you can hang, laminate, saying how many units you own, etc., etc., etc. So every block is basically worth, or unit is basically worth 10% of a server. So I'm going to go back over to this other page and cover this real quick. I'm trying to keep this really fast. Okay, so once a month an email will be sent out with profit loss, making it easy for you to see and understand the gains. With little or no experience, they make it easy to understand. So there really won't be a huge loss, because there are already so many servers on, cutting the internet bill, cutting the electric bill completely down to the ground, to where it's a $200 bill might only be a $1 takeoff of your for a loss. So doesn't make really, it's not going to make a big difference. So investments go into growing website template, advertising, and more servers. Already covered that part. You can buy more later on, yes, assuming there's any left, because once a block has to be reset back up, it does take a little bit of time to get the internet company to come back out, set up a whole new service again, and then configure everything properly. That takes about 3 days. And, just getting the servers in, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So every unit is $500, and the max per person per week allowed on the payment method is $5,000. If you want to do more than that, you can. I would suggest just trying it out, seeing if it works. I would get a block or 2, maybe 3, whatever you can afford, if you can, or wait till your Novatech money comes through and decide what you want to do. Either way, I've had a lot of people ask questions, and on the site there is if you have an issue with a payment, please email AmericaForLife 1987@gmail.com. So, the site's pretty self-explanatory, but that's kind of how it is. So this is pretty much, it's kind of safe, ish. I don't know if I can say that, so I'm going to take that back. Worst case scenario would be I give them, $500. They add another server, which is more than $500. And there is, I'm not wanting to use the word collateral, more like when you assets. Okay, so like company doesn't do well, all of a sudden, boom, 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 easily sell the assets, because what you have in it is less than returning the server. So if they return the server, it wouldn't hurt the company at all to pay you back, because the company still makes $100, $200, or $300, depending on what server it is, just returning it or selling it. So, in my opinion, it is what it is. But I don't want to make this too long. So, if anyone's got any questions, they can reach out to that email address that's on the website that I'll be posting, and you basically can go from there. So, that's kind of how it works. We've had a lot of people come in, 11 spots left, etc., etc. It's a good chance to help people out and not getting into crypto again, because that is something I will never do again. I lost way too much money, haven't gotten it back yet, so I will take my chances in a real company.